So again, gap help right here. It's all about positioning, okay? So the ball's going to get swung to the top of the key. Look at this player right here. He's too far down, right? You got to get up the line here, right? Shell drill. Where's the ball? Ball's at the top of the key, okay? I'm on the wing. I am not all the way down here. I'm up, right? I'm up to about the elbow, okay? Right? So that when this player comes this way, look at that. Right now, instead of being down here, I'm right here. And now I can dig, recover back out, right? That's just the shell drill. Ball's at the top of the key right here. I'm up. I'm up the line. I'm defending a player on the wing here. I'm at the elbow, right? So I can just stunt, recover back out. Okay, but he's not up the line, and look where he is. He's all the way down here, so now your gap help is late, and it's going to just lead to an easy layup. Again, transition defense, guys getting back to spots, not bodies. Why is this player just standing aimlessly, guarding nobody? That does us no good. You have to get back to a body, and there's got to be communication. Like right here. Okay, this player here, it looks like he is this player is communicating right here. I got the wing. I got the wing. But someone's got to say, okay, so if you got the wing, someone take the ball, and it should be this player right here. And again, this player is not getting back to a spot. Get back to a ball. Like right now, you see this player coming up with the ball. Talk it out. Okay, say you got here. I'm going to step up here, and I'm going to guard out at the three-point line. But again, look at this player's getting back to a spot. He's not getting back to a body like he should. And now look, you don't even start guarding him until he's already into his move near the charge circle, and so you end up having to foul him because of bad transition defense, because he went back to a spot. He didn't get back to a body. It's a bad ball screen defense. Here's your ball screen right here, so I guess you're in drop coverage. I mean, right, this player's all the way down here. I mean, if you're jamming the screener here, you can't sag. You got to get up and jam the screener so he can easily go under. But again, so I'm just gonna looks like drop coverage here because he's dropped this far. So if this is drop coverage, this guard's fighting over the top. This player's got to stay underneath the basketball until this guard is fully able to get over the top and defend one-on-one. You got to trust your backside help and drop coverage. Right here, you should still be underneath the ball. If they throw it on a pick and pop, this player here can kind of stunt, okay, to give you time to recover back out to the three-point line, stunt and recover back out himself. But you can't leave the ball. Like if you're dropping like this, you're staying underneath the ball, you're trusting your backside help is going to stunt and recover on a pick and pop to give you time to recover back out to the three-point line. But I mean, this guard, you're leaving, and this guard hasn't even fought over the top of this screen yet, so it's obviously going to be a layup. You got to engage this big more off this pick and roll. Like right here, look at this. They're giving you the lane. They're in drop coverage. You've got to engage this big. I mean, if you want to pick and pop, you attacking downhill, this big can't leave, right? So as long as you're attacking downhill at this big, committing him more towards the ball, this pick and pop's just going to be more wide open. Now, what I would prefer, he picks up his dribble way too early. What I would prefer is that this player is downhill and this player is staring parallel to him, okay, so we can make a pocket pass through for an easy two. But regardless, the guard's picking up his dribble too early, right? You're picking up your dribble. Now that big can easily recover back out and contest. Look what happens if the guard coming off this screen here is getting downhill. They're giving you the lane, take it. So now this big has to step up towards the ball, and this pick and pop's going to be even more wide open. What I would really prefer is that this guard comes downhill, this player rolls, and then it's just a pocket pass to an easy two. Okay? But the guard picks up his dribble way too early, doesn't even get in the lane, and it allows to contest that three, and you get nothing. So on an empty side ball screen look, whenever they're in drop coverage, you just get it 2-on-1. Okay? So number one is this player here. What are you doing? You're standing at the block. You're just clogging up space for this pick and roll. Get to the weak side of the floor, because look what happens here. First of all, I don't know why this guard's pulling his dribble back. They're giving you the lane. Again, look, ball handler comes off this screen. You have the lane. Go. And again, if the spacing's better, if this player's to the weak side of the floor, now look, this guard's going to be behind the play. So now this is 2-on-1. between the ball handler and the screener and this big dropping. And all this guard has to do is just keep attacking until this big commits to the ball, and now this roll's wide open for an easy 2, right? But again, the spacing's terrible because what is this player doing on the block? Get to the weak side of the floor so we can create that 2-on-1 advantage off the empty side ball screen look. So again, you're downhill, okay? You're attacking, you're getting this big to commit towards the ball, and now this roll is wide open, okay? Or if he never commits to the ball, cool, just go right in and get a layup. But it's a 2-on-1 whenever you run an empty side ball screen and they're in drop coverage. So again, the spacing's bad. The guard pulls the dribble back, and you got to reset everything. This is a great defensive possession. Look at right here. What's the big doing? He's not sagging, right? He's not sagging. He's up. He's ready to jam the screener. When you sag, you can't jam the screener. Great job jamming. Look at how easy it is to go under. Okay, now they're going to set a second ball screen here, and then we're ready to switch. Now, again, there really shouldn't be this much separation here, okay, between the screener and the man that's switching. Like right here, you should be level to the screener so that you're able to guard right away, okay? But it's a pretty good switch, okay? Leads to a horrendous 3, and you get a stop. So that's back-to-back solid ball screen defensive coverages. So this is the difficulty with getting beat baseline. See, so right here, look at the angle right here. You're kind of giving up baseline. Now that's fine. You can stop this, but it's a lot easier if when you're guarding on the wing right here. You're kind of just staying with your body slightly angled, so he has to go to the middle. Why? Because I got gap help everywhere in the middle right here. Okay, I got gap help here, gap help here. Okay, so you get beat baseline. All right, that's fine. But now you got to help the helper, because this is much, instead of just stunt and recover, it's full on help and help the helper. So you get beat baseline. Look at this right here. So this player here is gonna step up. Someone's got to sink down, right? I mean, you go help at the rim, you can't allow this little drop-off pass to get made. Soon as the defense has to be aware. Like right now, look at this. So you see this player. So you see this player right here step. You can already see this player right now. Look at this player right now. He's already leaving to go help at the rim. So what do we got to do? I mean, these players have to sink down. Okay, these people 2 passes away don't matter. The people that matter are the people that can get these drop-off passes. So right here, I go see, so my man gets beat baseline. All right, now look. Now you can clearly see these people are getting ready to help. These players got to inch down here, so that there's no drop-off pass made. But nobody helps the helper, okay, and it leads to an easy layup. But I would have rather have just forced him to the middle of the floor where I had gap help, and I don't have to rotate like that. So again, shell drill. Ball's at the top of the key. Okay, now look. But now this ball's swung here. Shell drill. You're guarding the ball, okay, but now the ball's here. So now it's called jump into the ball. You immediately jump to the ball, okay? You're taking a step inward. Look at your man right here. Look at this. He's 3 steps past the 3-point line. So again, this is just the shell drill in a game. I'm guarding the ball here. Now the ball gets swung to the wing. I'm not standing. See how he's standing? No. I'm immediately jumping to the ball, right? I'm getting to right about maybe here, okay? That area right there, okay? Because now look. Now there's no driving lane. And I don't have to move, right? Because if I don't have to move, if I can just jab, recover without moving, as opposed to having to go inward, I can always get back out on the airtime of that pass. But you got to move. Ball gets swung here. You've got to jump to the ball immediately so that you're in the gaps. This is just the shell drill. This is the shell drill in a game. But look at this. This player never gets to where he's supposed to be. Okay, right here again. Ball. Once you see this ball get swung, boom! I'm moving right now. Right? I'm moving immediately into the gap, so there's no driving lane. But he doesn't jump to the ball. He's late, and now there is a driving lane that should never happen, and it leads to 2. It's just a little thing, but it's enough to give up an open catch and shoot 3. So the ball gets thrown right here. Okay? What's this player doing? He's defending his man fine, right? But this player's going to cut through. This player's fine. He's defending him just fine. What's this flinch? Look at this. This player's going to cut through. And look at that little flinch. He flinches towards the cutter for no reason. Look, this player's fine guarding him. but he flinches towards the cutter, and now it just leads to a wide open catch and shoot three. Like, what was that? Ball's right here. Just stay to your man. This player's guarding the cutter. He's doing just fine. But you flinch towards the cutter for I don't know what reason, and it's enough to give up an open catch and shoot three. This is just textbook right here. So you beat a man off the dribble here, okay? So right now, again, look at this man. It's ball you man on offense, just like defense, okay? What's my man doing? He's got his back totally turned to me. He's getting ready to step up. So I'm already starting to creep up here, okay? And now, boom, when he fully commits, I'm gone. And I'm catching this ball in stride. That's the key. I'm catching this ball in stride as I'm diving to the rim for an easy two. But this player hasn't moved at all. He's just standing. So now you allow this player to help and then recover back without any punishment whatsoever. So you got to kick it out and it ends up being a turnover. But again, let's just back it up. Ball you man on offense. So I'm sorry, back it up here and we stop it. Okay, so this man has his back totally turned to you. He's clearly going to help. I'm already starting to move. I'm already starting to go. My man has no idea where I am. His back is turned to me. He's going to help. And then bang, when he fully commits to this help, now I'm already here, and it's just a drop off to an easy two. But you cannot just stand. You got to catch this ball in stride as you're cutting. But instead, he stands, and it easily allows the player to help and recover, and you end up with a turnover. So you want to twist here, right? Set an initial ball screen right here that they go under. Okay, so if this player's going under and this isn't a jump shot coming off of it, you got to just twist, right? So this big should be just right now, twisting right into a second screen. Now they can't switch. Now we get mismatches, and it's really good mismatches. One, we get a guard big switch. Okay. The other thing is they've been afraid of this player defending on the perimeter all game long. They've been in drop coverage. Now, if they switch this player out onto the guard, then we should be able to take advantage of that on the perimeter. Okay, or if you twist and they're in drop coverage, then you get all the advantages you get with drop coverage if you execute the ball screen properly, where you create this little mini 2-on-1 right here, forcing this guard to have to fight over the top as opposed to going under. But you always want to set a twist screen if you run a initial ball screen and this player goes under and I'm not even taking a jump shot here. So you kind of, lose those advantages and you end up not getting anything. This is why you always keep your butt to the baseline. Look at this defender right here. Look at this. Look how he's got his butt to the sideline, not to the baseline. There's a lot of reasons you need to keep your butt to the basket. But this is one thing. Is look what happens here. You're going to watch this. You're going to end up, see, like right there. Look at his positioning. Where's his butt? To the sideline. It should be to the basket. Because now look, now I can get beat back door here. Okay? And when that happens, look at this. Now, because you're so out of position, this player can just seal you. See, it's just catch, seal, two. So, again, let's back it up to right where, before the cut. So, right here, where's his positioning? He should be opened up totally, butt to the basket, right? He's seeing both, and now he doesn't get beat on that cut, and now he's not going to get sealed because he can just battle for real estate early on. But you see, when you're in denial. When you're in a denial position with your butt to the sideline, not the basket. Now you're going to get beat back door, and look, now you can't battle for any real estate, so he's catching the ball in the charge circle, and it's over. Got to be in the gaps here. So they're going to run a little dribble handoff right here. Everybody does a nice job here, right? Step back, let him through. But what's this defender doing right here? Like, you're right there. You've got to stunt at this, right? Stunt, dribble picked up early, recover. Make this a lot easier for this defender right here. You're standing there, all right? Open up, right? Butt to the basket, open up, and just jab, recover. And you'll always be able to get out to the three-point line on the airtime of that pass. But when you're not in the gaps at all defensively, now you let him split through with his dribble alive, and it leads to a two-shot foul. So again, when you're guarding the post, you've got to be battling for real estate early. Look at this right now. Look at this matchup here right now. Why is there separation? This player should be already jamming and pushing this player out. Make him catch the ball further than he needs to. Look how there's no resistance whatsoever. So now look, now what this player is able to do. He's able to seal you, right? Because you didn't battle for real estate right now. Whenever you got a man on the block here, you should be battling him and pushing him out of the paint area, right? You should never just let him be able to relax there and do whatever he wants, because this is going to happen. Now look, now because you haven't pushed him out, now he's going to get right into a seal. See how he just gets right into a seal because you didn't push him out? So now it's just catch and go up for an easy 2. All right, so we got players standing in no man's land. Look at this player is going to drive right here. Look at his dribble's picked up, okay? His dribble's picked up right now. So everybody fly to the three-point line. Everybody get to their man. We don't need to be in the gaps anymore. His dribble's lost, right? But look at this player. What's this player doing? He's just standing here for absolutely no reason when his man's out here. You're not helping at all by standing there. This player's doing fine guarding one-on-one, especially with this player's dribble not alive. Get out to the three-point line. But again, look at this. Just standing in no man's land, and now you give up an open catch-and-shoot 3 for absolutely no reason. Again, cross screen. You've got to look at this. We've got a cross screen coming right here. Okay, you can see it coming right here. Why is this big sagging? He should be getting up level to the screener so he can do what? Jam the player coming through it. See, where's he going? He should be up and level to the screener. So as this player comes through this cross screen, you're jamming him and pushing him off his spot so that the player getting hit with the screen has time to get on the other side. But when you don't jam the screener, this happens. Look at that. Now look. Now he's late to get on the other side, so now he's sealed. And once you're sealed, it's over, and it's going to lead to an easy 2. All right, so first of all, the spacing for this ball screen is really bad. I mean, here, look, ball screen's getting set right now. Why is someone standing right in the middle of the floor? Get to the three-point line. Get to the three-point line. One of those areas, weak side, strong side. But you got to leave the middle of this floor open for the roll. But the second thing is they're going to go under. Okay? Boom, they go under. You're not taking a jump shot off of this, okay? Then you got to just twist and set a second screen. So we back it up. All right? This guard's been going under. So all this guard needs to do is stop and let this twist happen. Now this big just twists, okay? And now they can't go under. All right, now you're either going to be wide open for a little shot beneath the three-point line, or we get a switch, right? What's our switch? It's a guard big switch here, and it's this big. I mean, again, what is this player doing standing in the middle of the floor? But again, or it's this big having to go guard this guard, and then this big can't guard at all on the perimeter. So, or you force them into drop coverage, or you get those little 2-on-1s between the guard and the big going up against this big while this guard is still trying to fight over the top. But you've got to set a twist screen. They just went under. You didn't take a jumper off that. Like, you twist. They won't be able to go under that second time. Now we get our advantages with either drop coverage or with a mismatch off a switch. And we execute that properly. But now you're just still in one-on-one mode. The ball screen didn't do anything, and you don't score. All right, so this player's ball watching too much. Ball's in the middle of the floor. Let's zoom in. Look at this player right here. All he's doing is looking at the ball. Look at first of all, what is this little stunt? He's kind of stunting at the ball. Why? He hasn't put the ball on the ground yet. You only stunt when he puts the ball on the ground to get his dribble picked up. But he hasn't. So this stunt there does nothing. It does absolutely nothing because he hasn't put the ball on the floor yet. Okay? But also you got to keep your head on a swivel. You cannot take your eye off the ball or your man for more than a second. And let's see how long he takes his eye off his man here. Okay, we'll start now. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. You can't. That's too long. Okay, and you're stunting at the ball for no reason because the ball isn't on the floor yet. So when you ball watch, okay, and you also stunt at something where the player hasn't put the ball on the ground yet, it's just going to lead to a wide open backdoor cut and 2 points for the opponent. All right, so in this zone, on film, when you see it, bad things are going to happen. 2 people guarding the ball here, right? This player here should not be guarding the ball. This player here is fine. Guard the ball here. You got to take this man right here, okay? I mean, we've got a man on the wing. This player's doing a good job there. Boom, boom. Everyone's doing a good job in the zone. But whenever this happens, whenever you have 2 people guarding one, 0 people are guarding another person, which is this player right here. And look what happens. It's just catch, get right into the lane, and now look. So now this player's in the lane, so now this big has to step up. What does that mean? That means there's nobody to box out the player that the big vacated, and it's just going to lead to an easy offensive rebound. And now look, now you're just kind of in scramble mode. I mean, it's off an offensive rebound that should have never happened. Well, drive into the lane that should have never happened. And again, you're in scramble mode, and it ends up leading to an open catch-and-shoot three that should have never happened because that player should have never gotten in the lane, drawing that big out of the paint and allowing for an easy offensive rebound. All right, so this ball screen right here, first of all, the spacing's poor. Why is this player standing in the dunker spot right here? Again, get to the corner, get wide, move this backside defender out. But the second mistake is, again, this guard right here is going to pull his dribble back. Why? Look at this. They're hedging, but you pull your dribble. As soon as you pull your dribble back like that, look at this. Dribble gets pulled back right here. Now this player is able to recover onto this big. Now again, the spacing's poor because there's a backside defender already. But again, this guard's got to do a much better job. Here comes the ball screen. You've got to, again, right here, attack 1, 2, 3 solid dribbles this way. Keep this big towards the ball to open up this roll. And then we should be able to hit the roll. And then again, it's just a short roll. Catch, this is open, okay? Or catch, this is open. But it all begins with the guard attacking off the dribble, right? Right here, this guard coming off this ball screen needs to attack, okay? Hard off of this big. Keep this big towards the ball, and it opens up our roll. Now we can turn, even with terrible spacing, we can turn this into a short roll. Just turn, catch right here. Now that forces this backside defender to step up, and this dunker spot's wide open. Okay? But when you pull your dribble back like that, now this big's able to recover back on, and it's just, again, we're just right back into one-on-one mode, and you don't end up getting anything. Again, ball screen gets set, they're going under. So again, they're going under right here. Stop. Like, all you got to do is just wait for this big to twist and set a second one. Now they can't go under. Now we're going to look at the mismatch if they switch. Now we get this guard guarding this big. Now we can just punish that down low, okay? Or if you pull it back, we can get them in drop coverage, right? Where they're now trying to fight over the top and they drop the big, and we get that little mini 2-on-1 there, okay? With this guard having to then fight over the top of that twist screen. But they're not going to be able to go under a second screen. So they go under, and you're not taking a jumper off of it. You just be patient and have a twist screen get set, because that's when we get all the tremendous opportunities that a ball screen allows. So again, screen gets set here. No, be patient, okay? Just twist right into a second one. Come off of it there, and then we're likely to get a mismatch right here with this guard having to guard this big down low, okay? Or they could be in drop coverage and create that little mini 2-on-1 because the guard's going to be aggressive. He's not going to hesitate or pull his dribble back, okay, and all of that good stuff. But when they go under and you're not taking a jumper, you got to just be patient and let a twist screen happen from the big. So again, the problem with zone here is, one, is this player's going to get beat, okay, on this little dribble handoff. Look at this. I don't know why he's coming out to gamble, okay, but he does, so he gets beat. So right now, look, this player's now entered the paint area of the zone, this big stepping up. So you got to leave. Like, you got beat, okay, not good, but this player's going to step up and kind of clean up for you. You got to get back out to the perimeter. So when he doesn't go back to the perimeter and just stays with the ball, well, obviously this part of the zone is going to be left vacated, and it leads to an open three. Now, the problem is, let's take a look at right down here. Okay, this is the problem with guarding air in a zone. Okay, you're guarding nobody. Go out towards where that player is. All right, this player here is going to sink down and take this man. Okay, but you have to have box out. This is you got to be able to box out. Like right here, we got two people. I don't even know what's going on. We have nobody boxing out on this area of the zone. So again, this is the problem with guarding air. Like right here, this player is guarding nobody. So just go towards this part of the zone so you know to box this player out, and then this player in his area of the zone knows to box this player out. But look what happens. You're guarding air, so nobody's boxing out anyone, and it's just going to lead to a wide open offensive rebound right here because the assignments in the zone got screwed up, and now you give up a second chance, that you never should have, and it eventually leads to another open three that they miss. But again, it's the lack of integrity with the defensive assignments within the zone that caused that, well, first, the wide open three that they missed, but secondly, the no box out and an easy guy flying in from the three-point line to get an offensive rebound. So again, in this zone, we got guys guarding air. See, look at this player right here. What's he doing? He's guarding nobody. When you're guarding nobody, you're leaving somebody, which is just leaving the middle of the zone for an open jumper. So again, like right here, there's got to be communication. So this player right here is initially guarding this man at the top area of the zone. Okay, when he cuts through, check him off. Okay, say you got the cutter, I got the middle of the zone. Okay, like you got to check off assignments. Like right here, look. This cutter comes through. Now you got to say, I got middle. You got the cutter. You got the cutter. So that now you're guarding the middle of the zone. But look at this. We're zoom in. This player's guarding air. He's guarding nobody. So when that happens, you're going to leave somebody, and it's the middle of the zone open for an easy jumper. So again, in this zone, guys are in no man's land. Like again, right here, what is this player doing? There's nobody in the middle of the zone. You got to come out and take, because right now, okay, boom, 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 right? And boom. But look what happens here. This player, look, where are you? What are you doing? You're just standing and you're guarding, again, you're guarding air. You're just guarding a spot. You're not guarding a body. Find a body in your area of the zone. There's one right here, okay? And so what happens? Because this player is guarding air and not guarding a body, look what ends up happening. Now I don't even know what happens. He doesn't even attempt to get out. Well, I think he's concerned about this player right here, but he shouldn't be, because this player right here, this is his responsibility in the zone. He's got to kind of cheat out over there. This player has a man in his area of the zone. It's right here. You got to step up, but he doesn't step up. He never guards the ball, and it just leads to a two-shot foul. Okay, so you got an empty side ball screen set up, but it's the wrong players involved. Like right here, this is too easy to switch right here. I mean, whenever you run an empty side ball screen, it's got to be this big because you force him to hedge. Guard comes off hard. On there, we can maybe a short roll. We should get a layup. We can get a seal. But when you don't involve this player here, and you go wing to wing like this, I mean, this is just too easy of a switch, right? So now they just switch this, and now you're just kind of having to reset everything. All right, and it's all just kind of one-on-one, and you don't really end up getting anything. So, I mean, the point of that clip is that, you want to put players in ball screens. Let's back it up. You want to put the players in ball screens that are going to create mismatches off of switches. Like right here, you're just doing a wing-to-wing empty side ball screen right here. I'm not getting anything out of that. But if I put this player in the ball screen, okay, and they switch, well, now I've got a big guard switch down low, and I can take advantage of it. But when you go wing to wing with your empty side ball screen look, you're not going to get anything out of it. It's just kind of a waste of time. So now you've got this big involved in the screen. Perfect. So now we got drop coverage right here. See, they're dropping, and they're fighting over the top. Okay, and it's not a great screen because, again, look at all this space. I mean, whenever there's this space, it just makes it easier to fight over the top. But it doesn't matter. It's enough of a screen that, look, now I have the advantage. I'm in the lane, right? And they're in drop coverage. So now I have a 2-on-1 right now, okay? Because the backside out will zoom in. This backside defender doesn't even know what's going on. His back is totally away from the ball. So right here, I just have a 2-on-1 right here. Ball handler, big, and this big dropping. But what ends up happening here is because they're in drop coverage, okay, they're not able to switch because it's this big 7-footer. So because of that, now I get them in drop coverage. And right here, this guard's able to just get into the lane because this player's knocked off his spot. You're not going one-on-one. He's having to fight over the top of the screen. So you have the lane. And look, it allows you to draw a two-shot foul. So that's the difference. Instead of going wing to wing, throwing that big in the ball screen, now I get the advantages. Again, the spacing's really bad for this ball screen. Look at where this ball screen's getting set. What is this? Don't cut to the middle of the floor. Just be at the weak side of the floor. Because again, they're in drop coverage. So when you're in drop coverage and you empty out the strong side of the floor, now I get a 2-on-1. This should be a 2-on-1. I mean, this should be a 2-on-1 between the ball handler, this player's fighting over the top of the screen, okay, and this big rolling. But of course, there's no space to go anywhere because this player is just standing in the middle of the floor. You got to space it out. You got to be all the way to the weak side of the floor, or you got to be all the way to the corner here. But you got to give this guard the ability to get downhill, give this big the ability to roll, okay, and create this 2-on-1 right here, okay? But the spacing is so bad, there's really no place to go, okay, and you got to reset everything. So then again, they're going under, okay, they go under this screen. This should just be patient, twist, second screen. Now I either create, we'll zoom in to look at the mismatches. I either create a guard big switch, or I get them in drop coverage, and I should be able to create a 2-on-1 with my guard being able to just get right into the lane, okay, and go to work, okay? But when you set that first ball screen and they go under and you're not taking a jumper off of it, just be patient, twist, come off it, okay? Now we should either get a mismatch down low or drop coverage with a numbers advantage where my guard can get into the lane, okay? But again, you don't do anything other than a step back three, and that's not good. Bad transition defense. I can see there's no communicating here. Like right here, look at this. This player's clearly got the ball. Clearly got the ball. So these players right here need to communicate, okay? Because we can't have two people guarding one. Like right here, this player's got to communicate. I got the wing, so then I'll take this man, right? Or I got the wing, you take this man. But there's got to be communication. You get cross-matched, whatever. But you just can't be left with two people guarding one and just openings wide open, and it leads to a two-shot foul. Ball screen with the big. Let's see what happens. All right, they go from drop coverage to just switching. Okay, first of all right, never should you be standing in the dunker spot when look at this. This ball screen's getting set. Why is this player not at the three-point line? Get to the three-point line. You're just allowing backside help to already be there, right? Okay, so this ball screen gets set. But so we get a switch, we get a great switch. Look at this. This is a point guard on a 7-footer. We have got to go hammer this mismatch right away. Like right now, this guard just got to pull his dribble back, let this big set up right here, and now we take advantage of that mismatch. But instead, look what happens. We end up just trying to, find the mismatch. You end up taking a terrible shot, and you don't score when you should have. Horns look again, so they go under. They've been going under. Again, horns look, stop. They went under. So the guard's going to call out, twist, twist, twist. Okay, this player should be getting further away now after that ball screen gets set because you're just clogging up space. But again, set the twist screen right there. They went under. They can't go under that second screen, that twist. Okay, now we either get them in drop coverage where we can get our guard into the lane easily, creating a 2-on-1, or we get a guard big switch like we had before. I mean, look at this would be the switch right here, okay, that we can take advantage of down low. But when they go under and you're not taking a jump shot off that, just immediately right into a twist screen, okay, and now they can't go under, and now we get the advantages that drop coverage gives you. We get the advantages that a guard big switch down low gets you. But when you just don't do anything, it's just right back into one-on-one mode, and you're just, jacking a terrible shot. Great defense in transition here. Look at this. So this player's man is all the way out here. He's not out past the three-point line. He's in the gaps where he's supposed to. Look at this. Perfectly in the gaps. Jab, recover. And look what happens. Because he's in the gap and not screwing around all the way out here past the three-point line, look at now that dribble gets picked up early, and it just puts that player in a terrible position and a turnover. That's great defense. This is why no matter where your man is on offense, you've got to get beneath the three-point line. Look at this right here. Okay, so my man's out at half court. Who cares? Great. Let him stay out there. At least get to the three-point line. Maybe even a step below. Okay? Because look what happens right here. Because he's standing out at the three-point line, he's not in the gaps, right? He's not right here. So there's no driving lane. Right now it's just jab and recover back out because I'm already in the gaps. But he's out past the three-point line, so he leads to an easy layup. So again, this is easy. This is in this 2-3 zone. So right here, you can just switch this, right? Because it's guard to guard in the zone. If they screen this guard up top, then this player's got to immediately, like right here, you see a screen's coming, you got to call it switch, 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 switch. So right here, now I'm guarding the ball here. This player's coming over here. This big, again, is guarding air. So you want him to kind of creep up a little bit because this player, I'm assuming, is going to roll to the middle of the zone. You don't have to creep up that much. This player right here has a responsibility in the corner because that's his area of the zone, okay? But when you're late to switch in this zone. So you're really just switching spots in the zone. This guard goes here, this guard goes there. But you get a screen and you're late to switch that part of the zone, gives up an open three. You're giving up an open three here for no reason. We got a cross screen coming. Cross screen right here. Call it out. It's coming. This big has got to jam this player coming through so that this player has time to get on the other side. When you don't jam the player coming through a cross screen, this happens. Look at this. Now he has to draw help from over here, right? Or it'd be a layup. And look at how far. See, look at how far he's back off this cross screen. Like he's all the way. Because this player didn't get jammed coming through. Look at the separation. So now you got a help from over here, and now a skip pass can just get made over here. And again, look, it creates a rip-and-go drive situation because the man is having to scramble back out to the three-point line, and that draws all sorts of help. And look, we just got guys everywhere open on the three-point line. Now, they end up missing here, but again, you shouldn't be giving up wide-open threes because you don't jam a player coming through on a cross screen. Okay, so this is textbook right here. We got a down screen coming right here, all right? 0 for 2 on what you're supposed to do here. This player here is going to go up the gut, right, as opposed to just chasing, right? This player is supposed to chase, and then this player drops immediately underneath the three-point line and is in the gap. Also, of course, this big cannot sag, right? You got to get attached and show so this player can't curl. But watch what happens here. The big isn't attached and showing, and where's this player going? He's going up the gut. So what does that mean? Now this guard has the angle to just rip and go, okay, and it's going to lead to a foul on Graceland. Again, so we got an empty side ball screen here. They're going to switch. I mean, this is such a great switch for Graceland. Look what you end up with. You got, right now, I've got a guard big switch. So right now, this guard should just be patient. This guard right here should be patient. Let this big just set up, right? Set up and just pound that mismatch, okay? And good things will happen. But that's all you should be doing. Just patient. Let this big set up because he's got a guard on him. I mean, look at the size mismatch here. Zoom in. Look at that. I mean, oh well, let's let him stand up here. Look at this size mismatch. I mean, this should be an automatic, just right down low for an easy 2 off the mismatch. Okay? But look what this, we'll back it up. So look what this guard's going to end up doing. Instead of just taking advantage of this mismatch down low, this guard's going to dribble around, and now look. Now you let the Mount Mercy, now you allow them to switch back and put a big on a big. So you totally lose that opportunity right there, okay? And then you got to reset everything. I mean, the big just can't sag here. I mean, you're jamming the stop. Like, why is there sagging right here? Look at this. Why is there this space? You got to get up right here and jam the screener so this player can go under and easily get on the other side, okay? So you can easily play him straight up one-on-one. Look how, because you're not jamming the screener, look at how much further under this guard has to go. And now this guard's able to get on the other side before this guard, okay? And now that draws help, and it leads to an open catch and shoot 3. So it obviously all starts with this big not jamming the screener. I mean, you can't, as a big, you can't sag like this. You got to get up, jam the screener, so it's much easier to go under and get on the other side. But it doesn't happen. Leads to a drive and draws help and an open 3. So we got another ball screen, and again, they're going to switch. So I would probably rather, if you zoom in, this looks more like a wing right here. I'd rather throw a point guard into this. So maybe we zoom in here, okay, or maybe right here. Yeah, this is where I'd want to go. I'd want to throw this defender in this ball screen. So if they switch, that's just easy money. But again, you run the ball screen, they switch. This is still a pretty good mismatch here. Let's zoom in. I mean, that looks like something you can take advantage of. But again, the guard has got to be, we'll back it up here, the guard's got to be patient, okay? They just switched. So pull your dribble back, let this big set up down low, okay? And let's take advantage of it. But again, you end up jacking up a shot without taking advantage of a size mismatch. Now, because of this size mismatch, this leads to an easy offensive rebound right here, okay? But why are we not taking advantage of twice now we've got we've got a mismatch based off of a screen that they switched. Why aren't we taking advantage of that? Now, again, it leads to an easy offensive rebound, but you end up turning it over anyways. But again, that's two opportunities you had to take advantage of a size mismatch off a switch, and we didn't do it. I mean, this is just a terrible gamble in the post. So right here, the ball's in the post. Now, where's the dig going to come from? It's going to come from right here, right? This player is going to drop halfway between the ball and his man. Okay, that's where the dig comes from. This player here is kind of standing in no man's land. Okay, there's no need to be this far over. I mean, you can, but you can't gamble. Okay, but the main point is that the post dig has to come from here. You got to take a step back. So if this player puts the ball on the ground, I can dig and recover. Easily. But right here, I mean, you're kind of in no man's land because the dig would come from right here. But it's okay, but this is just a horrible gamble. I mean, look at this. You cannot gamble like that because once you don't get it, it's a dunk. Okay, so this is a long offensive rebound. Again, it's very similar to transition here. Okay, a long offensive rebound. You got to start communicating. All right? Like, what's going on here? This big is going to this big's going to step up right here. Okay, but right now we got two guys going to one. Like, right now there's got to be communication. Like, right now, communicate. There's always got to be communication in this scenario, just like transition defense. I got him. You take the wing. Okay, but look what happens. There's no communication, so now we got two guys guarding one, and that leaves this player on the wing wide open. Okay, so when you don't have communication, like right now, all right, long offensive rebound, tough break, but right now you got to call this out. Like, you got to identify matchups. I got this guy, so you come over and take there. And you can see this big's communicating. Zoom in. This big's communicating. Take the wing. But look, watch what happens. Because now there's nobody to guard the wing because we had no communication over here. So now this big's going to have to leave his man to go out to the perimeter. And what does that do? That leaves absolutely nobody to block out this big down low. So off of a miss, it just leads to an easy offensive rebound and a putback. So again, we got an empty side look. You got to get into the lane. Look at this. This guard gets screened. Like right here, attack hard. Get into the lane. Okay? Force this big to have to step up and drop coverage. And now we either have a 2-on-1 because this guard fought over the top. Okay? Or we get a massive mismatch down. I mean, this is a massive mismatch down low. Okay? And you can attack the lane, force this big to have to step up. And now we can set up this mismatch down low. Okay, but when look at they're giving you the lane. You have the lane. Take it. Okay? See what happens. Force this big to have to step up. Open this roll. Or force this big to have to switch onto the ball handler, and then boom, we've got a massive size mismatch down low. But when you don't take the lane, it's not a terrible shot, but it's a contested three. We can get much better looks out of that. So off this twist screen here, you can't sag if you're switching this. Look at this. So there's one screen, and now here comes the twist screen. All right, why is there look at this. Instead of this player here being separate and not level to the screener, back it up here. Okay, one screen, fine. Two screen. Okay, now we're switching. Okay, that's what the plan is. You want to switch this twist screen. So again, this player, they can't sag. I mean, the ball screen's already getting set so low at the free throw line. You've got to be level to the screener here so that you're ready to guard right away. We're doing a great job in the gaps right here. Okay, but it doesn't matter because look at how, like, there's no resistance until right now. Okay? Again, right here, you're switching this twist screen. Stop right now. So this player here should be up and level to the screener to be able to guard right now at the elbow. Okay? Great job in the gap right here. Okay? But when you're not ready to switch, this is not ready to switch. Why are you sagging? When you sag like this, now you're not even beginning to defend this player until he's already into his move and up in the air. So off this twist, okay, again, twist screen right now, boom. Like right now, here comes the twist screen. I'm up. I'm level to the defender because I'm switching, right? And now you switch, and now you're giving him resistance right here at the elbow. But especially when a screen is set this low, you cannot sag because now look, you're not even defending him until he's in the charge circle, and it's a 2-shot foul. I mean, this is basic. You just simply cannot 3/4 the post right here, all right, without any backside help. I mean, it just can't happen. Like right here, this player's got to just get underneath and battle for real estate early with the big. You cannot front the post unless you're communicating that and that there's backside help coming. Look at this right here. Look how you're kind of 3/4ing the post here with no backside help. If I'm doing that, like I'm saying, I'm fronting, so that this player here knows to be in backside help. But if you kind of 3/4 / front the post like this without any backside help, I mean, this is going to happen every single time. So this is in transition again, getting back to spots, not people. You're just getting back to a spot. Get to a body, okay? Like right now, if we back it up here, okay? Like right now, why are you standing in no man's land right here, okay? Find a body, not a spot. Go here right away. That's your man. You get cross-matched in transition. Happens all the time. You get back to a body, not a spot. This is getting back to a spot. Get back to a body. So now look. Now I don't know what this player's doing, okay? And now, okay, so fine. You finally get out there. Guard this player. Again, I don't know if this is who you're supposed to be guarding, but it's a transition play. You get cross-matched. Matchups get thrown out the window. And plus the ball's already here. Why are you trying to switch this and have this player come out now when the ball's already here? Like, just take this player. You get caught up in transition. Okay, we'll have if you can't guard them one-on-one, we'll have defense in the gap. We'll be able to dig in the post. But you've got to stay on this man. So the first mistake is just right here. Is just, why are you getting back to a spot? This is a spot. This is not a body. Okay? So right here, get out to this area right here now. I'm finding a body. I'm communicating. I got this guy. I got this guy. Everyone else is talking. I got him. I got him. It's all transition. It's all about communication. But you get back to a spot, not to a body. And now look, now you're, I don't know what this is. You're trying to switch here when the ball's here, okay? And now it's just a rip and go drive into an easy layup. Bad transition defense here. Look, so you get a turnover. Okay, so right now this player just needs to be sprinting back. Just get back. Anytime you go towards the ball, okay, you're gambling. And look what happens here. You gamble towards the ball, so now we've just lost you in numbers, right? Now you're behind the play. Instead of this player here, just as soon as this turnover happens, all right, you're just getting back. You're just getting back so you can guard the ball. See, look how different this looks. We lose you in numbers, so now we've given up numbers. So now, as opposed to this player being here and able to guard the ball, now look. Now this player can go over and take the wing, all right? You're going to see we have a man in the corner here, for Mount Mercy. So right here, again, look what happens here. So now you can say, someone's got to take the corner. This player now can step up over here. This player, instead of being here, should be here guarding the ball. And now look, and now you still got to communicate, right? So this player's now where he's supposed to be guarding the ball. This player's over here. There's got to be communication. Like, take the corner, take the corner, take the corner. And then this player says, take mine, take mine, take mine. And then he slides over here, and then this player sprinting back can then go to the wing. But again, this all got screwed up because right here, look at this player. Instead of just getting back, he goes towards the ball and gambles, doesn't get it, and now you're behind in numbers, and now we've lost numbers. And now we're in a whole heap of trouble. Now instead of this player being able to go to the wing, he's got to step up towards the ball, and now we've got two Mount Mercy players wide open where it's just not going to be good. It's just not going to work out, and it's an open catch and shoot three.